So very good day to everybody once again. This is TWL Transport Warehouse Logistics, and in this class we are going to discuss about a very trendy topic. Okay, so that is actually the future house of logistics. Okay, not only logistics but also in each of the spheres. Okay, so it's very important that if you are interested, okay, in pursuing a course in 3D printing, then definitely it will be much useful for your career even, because for each and everything there is 3D printing. Okay, so that is what we are going to discuss, and of course we discuss about 3D printing and wearable devices in the logistics. Okay, so what you can actually march the way forward. Okay, so this is especially for you, my dear students and young researchers, and you can reach me at dr.christoananth@gmail.com. So before beginning the session, once again let me thank God for giving me this opportunity to deliver this useful session to share my knowledge among my fellow national, international participants, students and young researchers. Okay. So in this class, we'll have a short introduction towards 3D printing and how we are actually enjoying the benefits of the 3D printing era. Okay. Then we discuss about the impact of this 3D printing in the supply chain management, SCM. Okay. Then we discuss how our tomorrow's technology is today. Okay, because we are already living in the 3D era. Okay, either case you see everything you see is 3-dimensional. Okay, so not only 3D printing, also AMD, additive manufacturing devices. So that also will try to employ or maybe collaborate with the 3D printing. Then we discuss about 3D printing in the chemicals, oil and the gas field. So there also we are using logistic processes, and of course I'm going to summarize this class with the total additive manufacturing market size. Okay, so that I will be having a comparative analytics. Okay, fine. So 3D printing, or you can call it as AM, additive manufacturing. So that's the future of the global supply chain management. Okay, so with regards to operations and with regards to services distribution procedures, we will be using 3D printing. That is the future. Okay, so why we are using this 3D printing? Just to reduce the manpower, just to reduce the costs that are associated with the technology. Okay, so also you are going to overcome the tariffs, you are going to improve the customer services, you are going to have an efficient, well performance oriented customer feedback event, and of course whenever you take in the case of technologies, you have to create a twin. You have to create a twin. If you don't create a twin, suppose if some manufacturing part fails, then which means it will be a big problem in a large scale oriented networks. Okay, so you are going to reduce the carbon footprint as well, and of course you are going to drive the innovation. Okay, so whenever you are relying on the technology, it should be reliable enough. Okay, and it should be delivering the performance throughout the continuous cycle. And when we have the trust on the technology, and if the technology fails, so it is a loss for the entire management. Okay, so that is what we are going to enjoy with the 3D printing. Okay, so as I told you in the beginning of the class, it's also called as the additive manufacturing. So here we will be having a 3D digital model. Okay, so a physical object, we are adding several layers. Okay, and definitely we are cutting down the waste, the non-essential parts that are associated with this. Okay, so definitely like if you can see like the subtractive production methods, where we have 90% of the original block of the material is actually wasted. So that is the reason we are adding several layers, additive layers, in order to reduce the wastage of the essential parts. Okay, so with regards to speed, with regards to durability, or maybe with regards to protection of intellectual property rights, that 3D printing was actually stopped. These manufacturers, okay, the 2D manufacturers were trying to stop the 3D devices. Okay, just from, because when it comes, their market will be disrupted. So that is the reason they were actually stopping them. Have you come across this one? Like our vehicles used to run on petrol and diesel, yes, and even in Japan also they have come across with the water oriented vehicles, which is using water, okay, and is going to give out oxygen. So that is actually very good for the environment. Okay, I'm sorry to tell you, like the Middle East countries, they were stopping the design. They were making sure that this design doesn't come up. Okay, why? Because they are the greatest manufacturer of crude oil and petroleum. Okay, so if this comes, their business will be finished and nobody will visit the Arab countries. Okay, so this war has been actually taking place even in the 3D printing era even. Okay, but definitely 3D printing has come. Okay, thanks to God. So the industry has been making rapid advancements. Okay, in the 3D printing. Okay, in the global supply chains as well. Okay, and with the case of 3D printing, we are inventing new resins, polymers, powdered metals. Okay, in order to take or maybe educate or maybe increase this standard to the next higher level. Okay, so we are going to discuss about the impact of the 3D printing on the supply chain management. So we are going to decentralize the production. Okay, production is not the only means. Okay, where you can actually enjoy the benefit. There are several other processes. Okay, so what we are going to have the technology. We are going to have it as a mobile technology. It's a portable. Okay, so when the technology is mobile means definitely the processes or maybe the businesses definitely when it comes to local, regional, and maybe national markets, international markets also, it will be much more faster. Okay, so we'll have a shift from mass production to in the case of usage of the low cost countries or maybe underdeveloped countries. Okay, so companies definitely will have the capability to produce the components closer to home rather than relying on the import. So that is the major process. If we are into 3D printing, then everyone, each small scale businesses can also manage this one, and we need not have to spend too much cost on the inventory. We need not have to spend time and cost on the imports and exports as well. Okay, so this is very important. For example, during the trade war, when the cost of purchasing components globally was increased rapidly, when the cost for getting the components has been increased, which definitely will create a negative impact on the production process. Definitely it will increase the cost in the distribution, selling, and management even. Okay, so that has been the process. And of course, with the case of 3D printing, we are going to drive the product customization. So based on the client specific needs, you call it as just in time, JIT, or maybe on demand processing. Okay, so based on the customer needs, based on the customer requirements, okay, we are actually satisfying the customers to the maximum possible extent. Okay, so we are having a pleasant experience. So we'll have continuous, vibrant, so agile supply chains as well. So that will change according to the rapid changes in the market. Okay, so maybe design or maybe production or maybe distribution, we try to involve the client in the open source innovation platform. Okay, I think I told about this in the last class. So whenever the company is making the audience or maybe participants or customers to participate in the design or maybe manufacturing process, they will have greater scope of development. Okay, that is the case with several top order companies. They are inviting, okay, please send proposals. If you are sending innovative designs, then definitely you can participate. You can also get hefty sum of money. Okay, so that has been the thing. Of course, you are going to reduce the complexity and improve the time to market as well. So as I told you, global supply chains, we are going to reduce the product production cost, and of course you are going to save the time, and of course you are going to materialize the entire process. You are going to standardize the entire process to make sure that it fits to any mode. Okay, whether it may be the normal life or maybe the COVID standards or maybe whatever maybe the manufacturing components. Okay, that we are facing some challenges in order to get them, so that also we should prepare on to. Okay, and of course you are going to improve the resource efficiency. So 3D printing is more environment efficient. Okay, you can call it as greener. Okay, more energy efficient, more cost efficient production methods, even zero waste. It is going to reduce the risk of overproduction, excess inventory it is going to reduce, and of course it is going to reduce the carbon footprint. Okay, so as I told you, on demand processing is what the advantage of the 3D printing. And of course you are going to rationalize the inventory and logistics. Okay, so we are going to require the supply chain management. Okay, so with the case of warehousing, with the case of logistics, you are going to overcome the tariffs as well. Okay, so we'll have the 3D printing aircraft engine even GE9X. So that's actually lighter, faster, more fuel efficient even. So that has been taking over right now. Okay, with regards to predecessors or maybe the previous technologies that we are using. Okay, so already Airbus is already taking this entire airplanes with large scale 3D printers. Okay, any advanced technologies which requires continuous operations like maybe air and also rail transport, also some they have come across with 3D printing. So 3D printing is the future, just like AI, artificial intelligence, right? So even in the aerospace, as I told you, non-critical 3D printed parts also are also used, and there we are using 3D printing. Okay, so GE has already come up with 300 3D printers, and GE Aviation still wanted to produce 100,000 additive parts by 2022. Okay, so that has been the objective during 2021, and that has been the standard. Okay, so US Air Force also has already installed 17 3D printed parts on the C5 Super Galaxy. So that everywhere 3D printing has been evolving. Okay, right. And with regards to Airbus, EADS, Rolls-Royce, with the case of BAE systems, we are already in the 3D printing era. Okay. In the case of medical also, for example, have you heard about bionic limbs? Bionic limbs. Bionic limbs means, for example, a person has lost the hand or maybe leg, okay, during an accident or maybe during something, okay. So they will fit an artificial limb, okay. Maybe the person has lost the left hand, let us take in the case. So left hand, there will be an artificial limb. So whatever the brain thinks, the left hand will do. Okay, this you call it as a prosthetic technology. Okay, so with regards to hip as well as knee implants, for example, even my relative in India also, she was 65 years old. She was having problem in the leg, so they said you have to remove it. They fitted an artificial limb, and she will be wearing a sari. Okay, you never know that she is having an artificial limb. She will be walking. So whatever she thinks, the for example the right leg is a problem, let us take in the case, right leg will actually work. And in this prosthetic technology we will be using 3D printing. We will be having 3D printed parts. Okay, so it's similar to the digital twin technology. Okay, so with regards to hip as well as knee implants, okay, patient specific orthotic insoles for the shoes, personalized prosthetic, everywhere we are employing this 3D printing. Okay, you call this technology as the open bionics. As I told you, bionic limbs, open bionics. Okay, so it's an open source platform for the based on UK based producer of 3D prosthetic arms, that was actually developed in February 2019. So it has secured 4.6 million pound, okay, investment in order to take it to the international standard. So that much they are investing, especially in the pharmaceuticals and especially in the medical prosthetic technology even. And of course automotive field also, like according to the Ford's website, traditional methods, definitely if you can compare traditional methods and the new methods, it will take 4 months, and especially it will consume around 500,000 US dollars. Okay, but with 3D printing, same process, it will be taking Turkun, and it will be taking Uchming dollar. That's all. Just find the difference. $500,000, $3,000. Okay, 4 months, 4 days. So that's the advantage. That is the reason I'm telling you, if you are interested in 3D printing, go for this course. It's the future. Okay, right. And future possibilities also are almost limitless even. Okay, so 3D printer company Big Rep has come up with the first 3D printed motorbike even. Okay, especially like the air parts. Okay, we have the motorbike. The bike, which is not available in the market, took 3 days to print and just cost 2,000 pounds. That's it. That's all. It's much easier, much more faster in the implementation. Okay, not only this, even in the construction field also we are employing this 3D technology. 3D concrete printing has been developed and the market is expected to reach $56.4 million by 2022. So which means you have to invest in this technology in order to enjoy greater benefits, greater cutting down of cost, okay, greater reduce of manpower even, okay. So Russian 3D printing manufacturer Apiskor, they printed an entire house in just 24 hours. Don't spend money on the land, don't spend money on the agricultural land, okay, agriculture of course it is important, okay, on the building, leave it, 3D printed house that has come up into practice, okay. So that's an incredible opportunity, especially in the chemical industry also. We had new revenue streams like 3D printing manufacturers especially have come out with the essential materials that is necessary required for the additive manufacturing. So we had new resins, polymers, powder metals that definitely will take the manufacturing, okay. And we had a chemical giant BASF, okay, so that have already incorporated 3D printing. They have come out with the hardware OEMs, software vendors, materials specialists even. So everywhere they were inventing inventory and also the people, okay, manpower even in order to employ this technology. And of course not only this, foods also, restaurants also, hotels also will have this 3D technology, okay. So personalized meals better suitable for the people, specially preferenced for the people. So that is how it come up with a 3D printing. Hershey's, have you come across like Hershey's? Hershey's, have you heard? Okay, Hershey's is a very famous product. uh, yeah, chocolate, uh, especially for the bread filling, you will have this Hershey's. So Hershey's also have come up in collaboration or partnership with the 3D systems to make a 3D printer for chocolate and other edible products even, and chocolate making machine is also available with the 3D printing, okay. So you say logistics means it's not only about freight transportation, it's everything in the world, okay. Thanks to God that you have taken logistics, and you should be studying a specialized course, okay, especially in the logistics, okay. And especially in the oil and gas also we had this field, okay, right. The 3D printing can allow organizations to access digital design bank even, okay, so that can improve the speed, efficiency and maintenance even, okay. So this is the future of the supply chain and the operations even. We'll have additive manufacturing, we'll have buy, make, move, fulfill. So this is the strategy we'll have. Buy, you are going to make it up, and you are going to move it up, and you are going to satisfy the demands of the public, okay. And then this is the strategy, okay. So the market size predicted to reach 11,223.6 billion dollar in 2019. Definitely by 2027 it will go 4 times more, okay, 41,587 billion dollar by 2027. So that much the predictive increase has been there, okay. So only 16% of firms have documented this multi-year supply chain and operation strategy. Still, if they are into this 3D printing, definitely they will enjoy much more benefits as well, okay. So finally I am going to summarize this class with this one: total additive manufacturing market size by opportunity segment. These are all the technologies like hardware, materials, services, software, total, okay. This is the total, okay. If you can see the graph from 2014, okay, till 2027, there has been no looking back, there is only rise, okay. So which means that 3D printing in collaboration with additive manufacturing devices definitely is going to be the future of logistics.